How's everyone doing? Good morning. Thank you for your patience. We greatly appreciate you tuning in. My name's Sal Torres. We have Jan and I have Geoff on here. So we're excited to bring what we try to do is a quarterly tech talk. So we're going to just wait about a minute, allow those that are waiting to join in. But again, we truly appreciate your time. And our goal is always to bring value, right? So for the last couple of years, we've been hearing a lot about AI and its, evolution and 2.0, 3.0. And, some of us, we get lost in all these tools that are available that are supposed to make our lives easier, but often can feel overwhelming. So our goal is to break it down, keep it simple, but give you something of value that you can take with you, you can implement. And so today, our goal is to make it engaging, leaving you with some, may ask you to do a few steps to test things out. But we get the honor, Janet and I. So you're in Virginia, right, Janet, with
Yep.
NextHome Integrity Realty. I'm in California with NextHome CREA, CREA. So I'm in Pasadena, Ontario, and we get Geoff across the way from New Zealand. So Jeffrey, and he's gonna bring some information on how to build relationships with AI, how to incorporate it into your business. So get your pens ready, your notepads, and hopefully we bring some value to you. And please feel free to reach out if you have any questions after this, during it. The chat's open, and Janet will be on there engaging as well. So with no further delay, we'd like to bring on Jeffrey and Geoff.
Hey everyone. Hey Sal, thank you for that lovely, lovely introduction. Would love to know in the chat where everybody is in the world. I'm in New Zealand, so if you could just quickly just drop in whereabouts you're based, that would be amazing. And also just, I guess we got Delaware, Waco, Texas, amazing. Manhattan, Kansas. Hey Sabine, welcome. Olga, welcome. Whoa, this is too fast. California, Richmond, amazing. Very cool, Beth. So good to see you. Amazing. Chesapeake. Okay, this is too much. This is amazing. Very cool. And while you're there, so we're going to use the chat a lot today. I would love to know one word only. How are you feeling right now? One word only. How are you feeling? Are you bored? Are you excited? Are you great? Okay, cool. Good. Great. Any other word that doesn't begin with G? Excited, productive, amazing, very cool, thrilled, awesome, Natalie. Great to have you with us. Marvelous, Dawn. That's a beautiful word. Stellar. Wow, that's so cool. It's 5 a.m. here, so I'm being very excitable for this early in the morning, aren't I? Very cool. Hey, today I want us to use the chat. There's something about being engaged on a Zoom that is better than just sitting and listening. And whenever I teach, I try and actually get people to engage in the Zoom, but I'm also going to get you to take some actions using some of the AI tools we're just going to give you today throughout. We're going to give you 2 AI tools that I used yesterday that we built out that literally saved me so much time and made me more productive. But one of the things about Zooms that I want to see when I work with people, I want you to take an action. Because if all you do is listen to this accent, by the way, consistently voted the sexiest accent in the world. But if all you do is just listen to this accent, nothing will change. What changes is when you take an action. And so let's get ready to go. Are you ready to take an action? If you could just say action into the chat, that would be cool. And about 20 minutes in, we'll get you playing with a tool called the Review Rocket, which can take one review that you've had and it can spin it into 25, 30, 40 social media posts. So you are looking successful, engaging people with stories. The best way to grow your business is obviously through client success, and we want to make that possible. So very cool. Hey, Donna, great to have you with us. So I'm going to share my screen. By the way, Janet, Sal, interrupt me at any stage. If you have something that I'm not been very clear about, tell me. If you guys have questions, just pop them into the chat. They'll interrupt me. I don't mind any of that. That's totally fine. So I'm going to start to share my screen now, and we're going to jump in here. You're going to see a little bit of a different version of Geoff, and then we're going to jump into here, hopefully. No, that's the wrong one. Where's my iPad? No. Okay, let's see if we can get this sorted out here. Why is my iPad not working? Is it plugged in? It is plugged in. Let's get this started. Give me a second here. Tell me quickly, while I'm getting this sorted, what forms of AI are you currently using? So just as I sort this out, if you could read these out, Janet, as people say, what forms of AI are you currently using? What forms of,
ChatGPT, Gemini, lots of ChatGPT. We got a none.
yeah,
That's
that's
going to change
fine.
after today. Photoshop,
Yeah,
virtual staging software, Canva. Lots of ChatGPT. That seems to be a very popular one.
yeah, that's good. We're going to use that today. Very cool. All right.
Suzanne, a contract overview software. That's interesting. I'd like to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Copilot.
Yeah, I've used
Okay.
Copilot too. It's pretty good.
Mhm. Yep.
All right.
Copilot, Gemini. There we
Do you
go.
guys see, do you see my camera now?
Yes.
Yes.
And you see my workbook? Cool. If you want a copy of the workbook, um let Janet know, and we will. No, I'm not going to do that.
We'll email you guys all the links for sure.
Yeah, and the cool thing, I think, Janet, we were discussing earlier, like obviously the tools are for the most part the free, and Janet, you've been doing a lot of the free tools, right? And so
Yeah,
there's
I
no need to
mean,
pay, really.
no, I use the free version of ChatGPT to interact with these tools that Jeff's gonna be sharing with us. The limitation on it is just the number of prompts you can do in a day. So upgrading to the pay version is definitely something you're going to want to do when you start getting more into it. But I've used the free version just to test these things out and make sure that everything's going to be where we want it to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Charmaine, you want to post the link to the workbook up there? There she is.
Yeah. Great. So, what I want us to think about, which is going to seem odd, is the way we relate to AI. Because what we see, and perhaps you've seen it too, is a lot of people use ChatGPT or any other resource either as like a mentor or a servant. So, in other words, and we think about this, we sometimes relate to people this way too. So, either like this is like an employee that's here to do everything for me, or a search engine, and I'm going to get AI to do all my work so I can go sit on the beach, right? There's this kind of approach, or there's this kind of approach where people will acquiesce and say, okay, AI, tell me what to do. You're smarter than me. sh- Give me a list of things to do. And what happens here is we end up with a life that's a bit passive. And so when you think about your business, what I want you to understand is that AI serves this role of being a co-creator. And a co-creator is you still active. And the reason this is important is the social space in particular, and even the way people relate to clients is kind of getting filled at the moment with what I would call AI slop. In other words, if you see a bunch of posts on social, you can kind of tell they're all written by AI. One of my good friends, Wayne, um, he's not a very good writer. And then all of a sudden, he's come out with these beautifully written posts. And it's very obvious that it's not Wayne, right? There's no personality to it. And so he's not co-creating, he's getting AI to do everything for him. And it's kind of obvious and feels disingenuous. So as a co-creator, what you have with AI is a partner that's very powerful and it can help you, but it's still your responsibility to put your best foot forward in every single thing. And so I don't know about you, Janet, but do you sometimes find that you say to AI, no, I don't want to do it that way, or that's not me? Does that happen to you sometimes?
Yeah, every now and then it'll come up with something that just isn't the direction that I want it to head.
Yeah. And sometimes when it forms this servant role, there's a problem. The problem is it will keep giving you really good ideas and it will never run out of good ideas. And so what will happen is that you will keep like doing things that are it's busy work, but it's actually unnecessary work. And so you need to know, what am I trying to achieve with AI? And when I've achieved it, it's done. So for example, if I ask AI, create this post for me, and we'll do some of this with one of our tools at the end, it will create the post and then it will be like, hey, do you want me to customize and make some Instagram reels for you? Yeah, okay, good. Do you want me to then post it on Facebook? Yes. How about LinkedIn? And it will just keep going and going. And like 3 hours later, you're still creating content. And was that the best use of your time? Probably not. And so, as we think about this relationship, I want you to understand it's co-creating for you. Let's do something fun though. Let's look at how do you use ChatGPT, which is basically a tool that allows you to access all the intelligence in the universe. And so let's have some fun here and go, okay, this is a help panel here. What are some problems in your life outside of real estate that you would like to solve? And let's just put them here. So give me some problems that you have in your life. They'd just be little things, small things, like you need to fix something, you've lost access to something, you can't sleep. Ah, okay. So here, so just go. We'll create a list of problems, because typically in the past we would have to wait a long time to solve these problems. Prioritizing. Anyone else? What's another problem? I'll put some down. Sleep, maybe fitness, diet, things that people struggle with. What else? What are some other problems? Meal prepping. Huh. Meal prepping. I never follow through. That's a problem, right? So let's pop this
Yeah.
down. Read them out for me.
Easy dinner recipes. Um,
Yeah.
HOA Volun told me to run a bingo game and I've never played it.
That's good.
Anything else? What are some things? What are some things that you need? Because I want to use these to show you how to ask. Give me some more, please.
Come on,
There's a
guys.
couple of people sitting on some.
I've used it for like helping me with writing because I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
I'm okay with writing, but sometimes I do need some help. So maybe turning 3 sentences into a paragraph for me, things of that nature.
Yeah. Expanding. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knowledge, just learning more about like on a recent, we did a commercial real estate transaction, so there was some wording I wasn't familiar with, so I've used it for that just to break it down.
Yeah.
Planning a trip,
Where's
CMAs.
that trip to?
Yes,
Where's the
Hey,
trip to?
where are you going,
note
Renee?
taking, journaling, listing descriptions. I love that one. Yeah, that's
Waterfalls in the US. There's your trip planning.
yes,
Okay. Waterfalls in the US. Great. And so
marketing. Yeah,
this is how AI works. If we come in here, we have things called prompts. And for some people, you'll know this already. So it's okay if it's a little bit of a recap. But we have universal intelligence. So all the intelligence that's ever been on the internet is now accessible by AI, and it can distill it and give you the right answer, unlike a search engine, which would just give you the one that was most common. It can really dig in and create a plan for you. And what we have here is a problem. And you bring a problem to universal intelligence. But remember, it's co-creation. So it's a conversation that goes backwards and forwards. So Renee says waterfalls. I know Renee. Hey, Renee, how you doing? Waterfalls in the US, planning a trip to see them. Waterfalls in the US. What's the problem that you are having with your trip planning? What's your problem? Is it you don't know where they all are? Is it you just give me a sense of what the problem is, because you want to get specific with the problem. So
Renee,
just
you
pop
wanna
that in
unmute
a
the chat?
second. And then what we want to look at is who's the expert? If we could talk to any expert in the world, which expert would be able to help us solve that problem? Whether your problem is scheduling, better note taking, comparative market analysis. If you could talk to one human being who was an absolute expert in your problem, who would you talk to? A route, the best route that makes sense to see all the waterfalls. And so the prompt that we want to use is like this. In the role of expert job title, please give me solutions to X problems. So in the role of um, the world's best travel agent, who is an expert in waterfalls in the United States and um, building out a travel schedule, please give me the best schedule to see all the major waterfalls within the United States, right? Please give me the best route so I don't go backwards and forwards. Now you can voice this to ChatGPT, but that's what makes it powerful. So you would come in here, I'm going to share screen. You could come in here to chat, and we're just using a practical example because it's very important that you get the role right. So if we come in here and we go to a new chat, so this is the Chat GPT interface, I might do something like, hey Chiron, yeah, I've got a name for mine. Chiron, hey, would you, acting in the role of the world's best travel agent, an expert in waterfalls in the United States, and someone who's amazing at coordinating schedules and travel routes. You understand all the freeways and all the motorways and all the roads in the United States. Could you give me a plan so that I can see the 10 best waterfalls in the United States in 3 weeks? I don't want to go backwards and forwards. And then we just hit there. So I just voiced to chat. It's just taken my voice and we'll see. But getting that role established is very important. Okay, here, Geoff, here's how I map out a 3-week road trip to see 10 best waterfalls in the United States. Week 1, I'd start with Pacific Northwest. Oh, Renee, by the way, where are you starting from? That's
Florida.
important. We need to. Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, I forgot. Kyron, could you just understand that my starting point is in Florida? So if we could start there, I think that will make more sense. Remember, we're talking backwards and forwards. So let's see, it'll adjust so much faster than I could do. Okay, we're going to start with Southwest Waterfalls, Rainbow Falls near Asheville, Dry Falls in North Carolina because you can walk behind it, Ruby Falls in Tennessee. Wow, the route starts in Orlando, Miami, or Jacksonville. You drive north through Georgia, best in Asheville, then loop the North Carolina Falls. Week 2, Midwest Great Lakes. Then we go to the Rockies in the Pacific Northwest. Then we go to our total trip shape. So it's given you all of these. You're going to drive 2,400 miles plus one flight. You might go, oh, I really don't want to fly. I don't want to fly. I just want to drive. Could you give me the entire map? And so you're just talking with it. Does that make sense? Is it making sense to people watching this in the chat? This is how you solve a problem with AI, is that you give it a role. I can't say that specifically enough. I've had somebody, by the way, who didn't understand, who was having trouble. This lady, Shelley, client of mine, member of Sphere Builders, she's having trouble sleeping. And she says, Geoff, my husband passed away 4 years ago. We've had some financial challenges with a business partner who did us wrong. I can't sleep at night. Okay, go to chat in the role of the world's best sleep expert and a therapist who understands um, grief. Could you please help my friend Shelley, who cannot sleep? Could you create a sleep schedule and help her overcome her challenges with sleeping? It gave her a whole list of things to do that she would pay a large sum of money to do. So it can solve any problem. And I think the point I want to give you today is partner with it, co-create with it, and don't sit on problems for too long, because you have all the intelligence in the universe sitting at your fingertips waiting to help you. But make sure you give it the instructions you need. Like Renee could look at this and go, "Oh no, I just actually just want to go to the waterfalls on the East Coast," or "No, I'm going to drive to the West Coast and we're going to do a route." Like she gets to say, like she would never give away her whole travel itinerary to Chat GPT. Like she has some things that I left out of here because I don't know. She would put them in. Well, it's the same with your real estate work. You're still the expert in your business, so don't give away everything to chat and just cut and paste. You still go, no, I wouldn't say it like that. That's not me. Man, make it more natural. Oh, I'm funnier than you. Make it funnier. Like, really, like, argue with it. Because if you don't argue with it, then you're giving away your point of view and who you are as a human being. And the great thing is that over time, very quickly, in fact, it learns your voice, the things you like, your language, who you are as a human being, and it becomes more and more accurate. Is this making sense, and is this helpful so far? And do you guys have any questions? Could you pop them in before we move on?
You got a yes.
Okay, good.
Everybody else is so quiet.
All right. What I want you to be doing, yeah, the dashes. I removed them. I removed the dashes too, Tiffany. That's right. I want you guys to make sure you have one review handy, one review about your real estate work. Because what we're going to move on to now is I'm going to show you how you can take one review and turn it and amplify it into loads of content. We're also going to give you the tool to use going forward. When you think about your reviews, how do you currently use them? If you get a great review from a client, how are you currently using your review? I just wanted to introduce us to chat, and now we're going to talk about some tools that you can use. How do you currently use your reviews? How do you use them to promote you? How many times do you post them on Facebook, Clinton? Read some of these out for me if you want, Janet.
Create a graphic in Canva, review through Reach 150 to share in social media. Clifton says twice a week. Posting them in Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram.
Right.
Keep them on Google for Google Maps.
Yep. These are all
Yeah,
good.
yeah, one of the
How
things,
many?
oh, Jeff, sorry to cut you off. I was
No,
just,
you
it
go.
brought up,
You go.
it reminded me of what you and I had discussed, because not everyone joining us now or on the recording, some of us, maybe we do one or two or three transactions, some do 24. So we don't always have reviews. So
Yes.
can you touch a little bit of, I don't know if you were going to touch on that, but just what can we use as a review to help us?
Right. So that's very important. One of the things that we don't do enough is ask people for help. And if you think about your referral partners, your collaborators, people who send you business, even your colleagues who sit in the same office as you or are part of the same brokerage, even everybody on this call, right? Some of you know each other. And what we often don't realize is those people can give us reviews. And so we'll often say, Janet, would you send me a referral? Would you send me a referral? Would you send me a referral? Like, this is the language, if you haven't know anyone, send them to me. But she doesn't know anybody, but she might still really want to help me. And so if you could think about collecting reviews from people who have not yet worked with you, then that is infinitely powerful to grow your brand, especially as you start or if you're stagnating a little bit. And those reviews can be based on character. Like if I ask Sal for a review, he asked me for a review, I'd be like, well, Sal, we've never worked together. I've never used you as a realtor, but this is what I know. You're passionate about helping people. You're very sincere in your treatment of others, and you're extremely trustworthy. So I could write that into a review. One of the things I love about Sal is he will do anything he can to help people. He's an excellent communicator, and he's very trustworthy. I'd have no hesitation in recommending him to friends. I give him a character review, and so the way I would ask for reviews like that, I would say, "Hey, if you got 5 minutes, would you mind helping me a bit? I'll help you too." They're like, sure, what is it? Let's write each other reviews. Like, take 5 minutes. Here's my link. Where's yours? And this way you can grow really quickly. And it's good for you growing up, you're going through the search engines, getting on Google Maps to be more prominent. So there are lots of different ways and types of reviews. And we're kind of trained to wait until the end. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to wait until the end to get a review. You can get a review from a friend. You can get a review from a partner. Anyone who knows you, likes you, and trusts you can give you a review. Is that making sense? So if I was on this call sitting in your shoes right now, I would be thinking of 3 people who I know who could give me a review who haven't. So actually, I'm going to ask you to do that. I want you to think of 3 people who you know, like, and trust who have not yet worked with you. And I want you to put 3 once you've got them. 3. And I want you to reach out to them after this call and get 3 more reviews. That can easily push you up the search engines, by the way. So when you got, make a list, 3 people, 3 people. 3 people who could give you a review. Oh, wait. Awesome, Aaron. Top of the class. Anyone else?
Some
3.
ideas
Just get
out there.
3. The thing is that when you get people to do a small task for you to help you in a small way, they're far more likely to help you in bigger ways. And so, Aaron, when those people give you a review, what you want to be like, you want to label their behavior. Hey, Don, good stuff. You want to say, oh man, that was amazing. Thank you so much. You're one of the kindest, most generous people I know. Like, that was so generous of you. I love your work with words. You're so helpful. And you set up a reputation for them that they have to live up to now. So it's basic NLP. I give you a label. Sal, you're so helpful. Now he's like, oh, Geoff thinks I'm helpful. I've got to be helpful, right? We want to get them taking those small actions. Good. Take some time to think of people, hey? Like, honestly, your partner could give you a review. Most people are not going to know. Like, if they genuinely think you're review worthy, if they don't get them to give you a review. All right. Shall we move on and have a look at the review rocket now? Or shall I wait 30 more seconds? I'll wait 30 more seconds. Think of 3 people, just write them down on a piece of paper. 3 people you're going to ask for a review from. Just, you can say, I'm growing my reviews. Would you mind helping me? I know we haven't worked together, but just write some things down as to why you think I'd be a good representative. 3 people. 3 people. All right. What I'm going to do now, we're going to go back across to my screen here. I'm going to go into ChatGPT. Can you see my ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Great. So within Chat, you are able to build tools, almost like computer programs, if you know what you're doing. And we've built one for you, and it's called the Review Rocket. And so I'm going to put one of my reviews in and show you how it works. And then we might even give you a little time to play with it today. So take one review and amplify it in a million different ways. So if I come in here and I go get started, Review input. Please paste the exact review copied from your screenshot or sources. Once I have that, I'll guide you through the flow. So I have a review here that I have cut and pasted ready. This is quite a long one. It doesn't have to be that long. This is from Dana. We grew her business 4 times by her sphere of influence, and we put relationships at the front of her business. She then says a bunch of nice stuff about me. And then she says, if you're a relational realtor, he'll really help you. Okay, so then we go to step 2. So that's the actual review. I can screenshot that and put it in my stories. I can use it that way. What you want to be doing is sharing client success consistently, sharing good news consistently. So then it says who wrote the review because it doesn't know. So I go Dana Riley in Michigan here. She's a realtor. I'll put that in there. So give it a bit more information. It was posted on Facebook business page. How did I help her? We increased her business 4 times, 4 times income, 10 to 30 transactions in 12 months. And she got 9 clients. So just put the best part about helping them. Found them an amazing house, etc. 9 clients in first 14 days by getting her to talk with people differently, maybe. So I put that in here. Now, this is what the AI tool is going to do. It's going to say, hey, what channels do you want to be on, Jerry? What channels do you want to be on, Rodney? And we've customized this so there's a number of different places maybe you haven't thought of to use your review. So I'm going to do email. I'm going to do my email signature. I'm going to do my Facebook profile. I'm going to do my Facebook group. And I'm going to do Instagram stories. Okay. So what this is now going to do is it's going to take that review and it's going to create 3 master stories, which you can use in any way. These stories we've set up to take slightly different tones. So one story is a breaking news. I just got this amazing review from Dana. It includes her quotes, some behind the scenes details. One other story will be like, oh man, I'm so grateful for this. I just love helping people. And then one other story will be, it's just so humbling to hear this. So we're trying to move away from bragging type tones to humility, gratitude, excitement. And so if I just go this here, you can see now it's written a story from my review. I just got this message from Dana. It stopped me in my tracks. With his guidance, my business grew 4 times. Once he showed me how to take my sphere and put relationships in front of my business. My career had taken a solid upturn and I'm working with people I truly care about. It tells the story. And there's a grateful story. I'm so grateful right now. And it's a different story. I'm so humbled to hear this right now. And so now you have these 3 master posts that you could send via email, post on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you wanted. But it will do even more than that. So do you want to turn this into those 5 different things? And so if I go yes here, remember, this is just one review. We've already got 3 stories. Now we've got an email here with a call to action put in. If you're ready, so we'll put in a call to action. Hey, if you're looking to sell your property, if you want to know what your property's worth, and you can customize this. It's given me email signatures for underneath. If you want to grow like Dana 4 times in 12 months, reply with relationships. Like it's done all this for me. I haven't had to think about it. Now I'm going to co-create with that. If I don't like the language that it's using, if it's not ideal, if it's not me, if it feels too salesy and not friendly enough, if it feels too self-promotional, I'm going to argue with it, rewrite it. But it's done a lot of the structural work for me. Facebook profile, I just got this message from Dana. So now this one review, look at how much stuff we have to use. How many times we can tell the same story in different ways. And if I have 3 reviews, now I've got 40, 50, 60, 70 different stories that I can cycle through over a year. And no one watching you is going, he's telling the same story. All they're seeing is more success, success over here, success there, success there. It's all about the perception. Instagram stories, with his guidance, my business grew 4 times. Dana Riley, from 10 to 30 transactions in 12 months. So it's given me a little sequence here with a call to action at the end. It's done all of these. Here's 12 more posts. Now it will say, oh, do you want me to create step 6? Sure. And this is where you have to decide when you're done, right? Because it will keep going, but I'll just let it keep going. So here's 3 to 5 frames, breaking news, stickers. Wow. So it's doing all this for us here for Instagram. It can do reels for you, whatever you put in. And then it will do this cool thing called a triple threat. One of the things you maybe not thought about is your reviews. We often share them singularly, but what if we do like 3 people's feedback from 3 people in one post? So the moment it's just using Dana's, but here we go, 3 snippets, a Facebook post, 3 quick wins from one of my clients, but you could have a different win from like 3 clients, like a quote from 3 different clients here. It can go into email, it can go into reels. There you go. And then it can do more. So that's the power of this tool, is it's done a lot of thinking for me to create ways of sharing a review and talking about the ways that I've helped people in a very powerful way. It's given me here 8 different things I could put under my signature. So I could rotate these. It's different. We want this variation in messaging and variation in story, and the review rocket will really help you. What are your thoughts on that? Does anyone want to drop one of their reviews into the review rocket and play with it right now and have a go? If you do, just put yes into the chat box and we'll give you the link. Anybody want to do that?
Of course they do.
Yes, 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 yes.
Everybody should be saying yes, right?
Yeah, it's super like
It's just a huge rabbit hole too, though, Jeff.
it is a rabbit hole. However, what you have to ask yourself is one of my problems, one of the constraints on my business that's holding me back, the fact that not enough people know that I'm good at what I do. Is that the case? Is that like, have you sometimes thought, oh my goodness, I'm just as good at that realtor, but nobody knows about me, or I'm way better than them, but everyone knows them. They're lucky, they're fortunate, right? And that the reason is you've not done a good enough job or not been able to unlock the fact that people are not hearing about how good you are. And so
Can we
what I
throw the
want
link
us to
in
do
the chat?
now
There
is
we
to
are. She's got it.
drop that in there. Thanks, Charmaine. I'll give you like a minute or two to play around with the tool. You'll have access to it after this as well, but that's the power of intelligence, is it will save you time and it will solve problems for you. So one review, 40, 50 different ways of using it over the next 12 months. By the way, that review I used and will use today, 2.5 years old, right? It doesn't, and I'm not going to say it's breaking news, by the way, that wouldn't have integrity, but the tool, that's one thing I would change with the tool when I'm using an old review. But it would be like, I got this review 2.5 years ago from a client. It still just amazes me. So go ahead, have a look at that, Beth. Do you guys have any questions about this? Pop them in the chat while you're using the tool. I'll just be sitting here for a couple of minutes. So actually use it and maybe post one of the reviews on your Facebook profile. Put a photo of the person if you've got it and post it.
If anyone has a cool one they want to share, we can let you share your screen too. If something comes up that you're blown
Yeah,
away with.
totally. Everyone is enjoying the tool as they speak. By the way, if you guys want to um, connect with me, just reach me on Facebook. We'll drop the link in. I would love to help you guys some more.
True story. I was up playing with this at 2 o'clock in the morning, Geoff.
Totally. There should be, I'll get the link in slightly different there. There should be no excuse for you not sharing your client's success with the world. Like if you don't share your reviews, how will people know that you're good, right? Before they work with you. Waiting for them to work with you is a sure way of growing very slowly. Like you want to use the stories of others to help people see that you are very helpful and are good at what you do.
And NextHome does make it easy for us by posting them on our websites if you
Yes.
have them connected.
Yeah.
But using them in your social media and feeding them out there. And, I never thought about putting snippets of
Yeah.
quotes after my signature in my emails and things like this that popped up
Yeah.
through the tool. They're just more ways of reaching out and communicating with people.
And I would say too that like filling up your like understanding channels, which is something we can help you with, but is important too. Like filling up your Facebook profile with review after review after review is probably not good. But putting little things, little reviews, quotes, success stories into your Facebook stories or your Instagram stories is a great way to use that channel because they don't stick around for a long time and people just scan them and they see. And then using more in-depth posts a little less frequently on your Facebook profile is really like more the way to use that, or on LinkedIn, choosing the channels, but also mixing up like, has anyone ever thought of going at the end of a year, oh my goodness, I helped 15 people this year, and doing a post where you write about every single person in one post. I helped this person do this. That was so much fun. So and so sold their house. Oh, they were like incredible to work with, so respectful. This person, I found them their very first home. Like there's so many different ways to tell the story of your work. And again, one of the main problems that we encounter with people in our training programs is they're like, how do I talk about real estate? Most of our people are not braggers. They're not wanting to tell people in conversations, hey, I'm a realtor. Like they feel super awkward about it. And so being able to unlock stories with gratitude, with humility, with excitement is the best way to share that you're a realtor and you're good at what you do, because it's natural and it's organic and it's normal.
Geoff, how often do you feel, I guess it's healthy to post a review? I know you had stated something about you asked a question like how many times are
Yeah.
we sharing that, but what's your recommendation?
Well, again, it depends a little bit on the place, but me personally, if I'm posting a lot in my Facebook and Instagram stories, I might do 2 or 3 reviews a day because I've got like 9 or 10 other posts in my stories. So there's like a
Just
picture of my
mix it
son
up.
bowling a cricket ball. There's all sorts of other stuff. So it's not like I'm just talking about reviews. So more than how many times a week, proportion of posts is probably more important. Um, and if you're finding you're having a lot of success, like go with it and go, oh my goodness, another review. They're just flying in right now. Like, man, sorry guys, I'm bombarding you. Like I've got like 5 right now, but I just have to share them. And then if things are slower, then you might say, oh man, I was just remembering working with this person 3 years ago. It was so much fun, right? And so I don't want to give you a distinct, concrete answer that says like once a week, um, because it depends on the situation of what's happening in your life, what the energy is. And if you're having lots of success, share that you're having lots of success in a way that's not bragging, but is excited. And I think the general rule about anything on social and in life is don't talk about the one thing all the time. Honestly, people talk about, you shouldn't talk about politics, you shouldn't talk about religion, you shouldn't talk about real estate, you should talk about real estate, you shouldn't be like, they have all these rules, but I think the number one rule is talk about anything, but just don't talk about one thing all the time. Like if you and I got together and I love golf and all I would talk about was golf, like after a while you'd be like, he's actually quite rude. He doesn't even realize I'm not interested in golf.
Yeah.
Right? And yet
Yeah.
we will do that online, assuming like interest in our thing. And so that to me is a more important rule. Like, don't talk about the one thing all the time. And I think in some cases, some realtors only ever talk about real estate on social, and we have no idea who they are. And then some don't talk about it at all, and it's like we have no idea who they are. Same problem, different
Just
approach.
letting it in. Yeah.
So we
Are
want
you
to
saying I shouldn't post pictures of my greyhounds 15 times a day, every day? Is that what you're saying?
well, the thing every day, yes, but if you were to go through like a fun, like I'm going to post, it's Wop Wop's birthday. I don't know the name of your greyhound. So just me. It's Wop Wop's birthday, and I'm so in love with him. Here are 25 different pictures of him, and I'm going to post about him all day for the next 24 hours, every day. You're going to get sick of them. Then that's kind of funny. So
Right.
again, it's just like understand the organic nature of being a human being and sharing online. So if you get lots of reviews in one day, go, oh my goodness, I've had 6 reviews. Look at them all. That's amazing. Like, even if you ask your 3 friends for reviews and they give you great reviews, like today, go, I just had 3 amazing reviews. It's an energy that's out there now. Now you're looking up at everyone's reviewing Sal. He must be amazing. So that's where we want to go with that. May we stop the rocket review now? Understand you guys, you'll have access to it later. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because just respect
Yeah.
of your time and everyone's time. I think we're like 10,
Yeah.
15
I want to
minutes
look at
and let's jump. Yeah.
the last tool here, which goes in right here. Again, we're looking at co-creation here. So if we come in here, and this tool is called the voice amplifier. And so what I find is a lot of people, and you alluded to this a little, Sal, like sometimes writing or content creation is not a natural thing for you. And for some people on this call, it will not be too. And there's a lot of social media channels, and how do you share something that's going on in your life or your business quickly and well and in a way that's compelling. And so we created the voice amplifier for you guys here. So it's similar to the review rocket, except it's not with a review. And so what it's going to ask me to do here is it's going to ask me some elements of a story. And I've got these cut and pasted, but this is actually a true story. Yesterday, I took my car into the tire place because my left front tire had been getting deflated every week. I was having to put air into it. And he pulled out a screw that was jammed into my tire. So I can use that picture of a screw to tell a story. And when we make a story a little bit of a metaphor or something, it gets a bit more interesting than just facts or information. And often realtors who send me emails, so I'm on their list, they're just information based stories. And so putting an object as a metaphor, so this tool will ask you, okay, what's a metaphor? What are your 3 main points? And so my thing is it's a screw that caused my tire to deflate slowly. And if my sphere of influence is broken, this is point number 1, you're constantly leaking opportunities. So I'll put this in here. That's point number 1. Deepening relationships keeps the business growing. That's my point number 2. Um, no tool or AI. So I've just got this all run together because it's come from a different post. So I can space it out so you can see. These are my 3 points. No tool AI addition will fix a broken connection. And then it asked me for a CTA. I'd like people to message me to talk about sphere builders, right? So that's all I'm giving the AI tool, just that much. Now, if I share that, what it will do, and it will do this for you, and you don't have to, you'll have access to this, so you don't have to continue to play around with it after today, but you can choose your tool. So I might go Substack, um, Twitter or X, Facebook stories, YouTube, um, LinkedIn, right? I might go there for those, and it's going to help me create this. Write 3 master stories. They're different stories. There's a high stakes one. And so again, with content creation, what's important is we get and move away from boring. Boring is sounding like everybody else. And so we do this by raising stakes or flipping scripts. And so the first thing is high stakes. Oh, it's going to write the story as if it was the last email I ever wrote, right? So it's saying this is very important. It's going to flip the script by saying everyone else is doing this way, but so if you have a real estate story, it's going to say most other realtors do it this way, but this is how I do it, right? And so then it goes, yes, we go here, and it will start writing the stories here. And for someone who may struggle with writing, this is a great starting point. You can put more of your voice in here. You can literally say, "Oh, these are great, but I need them funnier and more Geoff," right? You can just talk to the chat, funnier and more Geoff. Let's see what it says. Okay, a little bit Geoff, more Geoff energy, sharpie, wittier, more dry humor. Okay. I'd beg you to check your tire. Not one on your car, the one called your sphere of influence. That's already more interesting than your sphere of influence is very important, right? It's talking about an object. You could put a picture of the object. And so this is a really powerful tool to take one story. And again, you're busy and you want to be compelling. So right now, Sabine, you should see my chat tool. I think other people can see it. You should be able to see my chat tool. If you cannot, let me know. It's showing me on my screen that you can.
Yeah, I'm seeing the chat tool.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You see the
Um,
slide. It must be yeah, you might need to toggle the top tab. But again, one of the things we're thinking about is how can we save you time? How can ChatGPT save you time? Well, Sal goes, I have only one story I'm going to tell this week, and I'm going to tell it across my channels. I'm going to tell the story of my car tire getting flat, and I'm going to tie that and ask Chat to help me use a metaphor to put that story across all my channels throughout the week. And then my marketing work is done, right? I can pop this in Substack, which is a publishing platform. I have multiple options. It's given me tweets that I might want to tweak. It's given me Facebook stories. Found a screw in my tire, didn't even notice it. Your business sphere works the same. Silent leaks equals lost opportunities. No AI tool can fix that. DM me to learn how to patch relational leaks. It's nice, simple, natural, right? YouTube script. This is what I could talk about on YouTube. LinkedIn, professional but witty. So
Jeff
now
Whitty.
what's my excuse for not being consistent with my marketing? What's my excuse? What's your excuse now you have this tool? What is your excuse for not doing? Because I just created a good number of pieces of content in 3 minutes. So your excuse can no longer be time. It could be that I'm afraid or I don't know how to use the tool. Well, then you can learn that. And once you've learned it, it's no longer an excuse. but it takes it can't be that I don't know how to write, because this is helping you so much. So what we're trying to do, and what you should be trying to do, is remove the bar of entry for inaction. And that's the power of chat tools and AI, is now you no longer can say, I don't know, or Renee can't say, I don't know how to map my route out to the waterfalls. I can't go on the trip. What a sad thing to say. She's going to say, I'll partner with chat and we'll figure out how to do it. The voice amplifier link, they will drop in there for you. What's the best AI tool for a property staging? Well, I would use ChatGPT to start with, Suzanne, and I would say, acting as the world's best, in the role of the world's best property stager, could you help me or give me tips on how to stage this particular property, if that's your challenge? I worked with a stager in the UK who had moved back from the United States recently myself, and she said people in the UK don't value staging. The real estate agents don't value it as much. We asked chat, give us statistics in this particular neighborhood on properties that are staged and how much more they sell by. Give us marketing material for that. It created a bunch of statistics showing property prices sold for so much more when they were staged, right? And so chat, again, universal intelligence. What's more important than what's the best AI tool is what's the best prompt. What's my problem that I want solved? And if you're using Gemini or chat, it doesn't matter so much. It's, am I asking it the right, am I asking universal intelligence the best question? Because obviously AI can't come and stage it for you. There may be some tools, however, better than chat. If you were to say you wanted to take a photo of the room and say, what's the best layout here for the room? There may be some things, some visual tools. I would have to see if they exist yet. But you could ask ChatGPT as well. What are the best AI tools for property staging? As a AI expert, in the role of an AI expert who knows all the tools, what is the best tool for property staging? So we use AI to solve AI problems. Thank you guys so much, by the way. I'd love to connect with you guys. We're doing something very fun next week called the Conversation Experiment that's using AI, and you can jump in. It's a small fee, but I'd love to have you join us. Last time we had someone get 1,800 comments in a Facebook group from it and radically changed their life. So that's my link. Message me, say hello. Thank you, Susan. That's very nice. Are there any other questions? I can kick around here for 5 or 10 more minutes. Thanks, Cindy. Use the tools. Ask me about the tools.
Yeah, go play with them. They're fun. They're definitely fun.
Yeah, I
And
think
don't just
one thing you
play,
touched
do.
on, Geoff, you taught using ChatGPT to find like, because the tools they're asking for, like, is there like Canva has design tools, right? And
Yes.
but I personally didn't think of that. Use ChatGPT to say, okay, I need help staging this home. What are the top 3 AI apps
Yeah.
I can potentially use, and then going from there? Because I have for myself, like I shared at the beginning, we can get overwhelmed. There's so many tools out there, and then some become
Yes.
outdated. And because I had a list of 50 tools, and I'm like, I can't go through 50. And then
Yeah.
some are gone, and some new ones come up. So yeah, just kind of putting it on the prompt. And with NextHome, we are a community, so that's one of the things Janet and I wanted to share is you could reach out to us too. We don't know all the answers, but within NextHome, we have the Facebook group, and you can go in there, and it's very engaging. But if you want to reach out to us direct, you're more than welcome, and we'll share either an answer or resources. And then Geoff, of course, is a great resource, and many of you have worked with them. So we thank you so much, Jeff, for your time. I know
Welcome.
it's a lot of information. Try to give in a 60-minute time frame, but I think we'll probably continue like if time is given to us, give you like a second,
Yeah.
we'll do like a step 2 and then kind of do another
Yeah,
quarterly presentation. So
totally. I mean, you could even just we could today just do reviews, like for example, and work on getting you posting reviews, because that tool, you could schedule all your reviews for in 1 hour for the next month, probably. At least have
yeah,
them all written down, all ready to go. Give them to your assistant, if you have an assistant, or put them in your calendar if it's you. So you go, very important. And I want to stress that part, I think, of today is AI is about solving problems when used correctly. And I want to encourage everyone on the call to think about, what is my problem? And the biggest work problem often is not enough people know that I am good at what I do. And so, how are you going to solve that problem in a way that doesn't cost you large amounts of money, or violate, it's careful with that word, but violate your like boundaries? Like, you might be like not someone who wants to boast or brag. And so personal stories, reviews, what other people say about you is a very safe place to start for most people. And we grossly underpost, most of us. We don't post enough. We don't share enough. We are afraid that people will fatigue from us. They're not paying you that much attention. You just need to be more visible.
absolutely. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thanks for your time again, Jeffrey. Thank you, everyone
You're
next
welcome.
from that joined us live and those that will be watching the recording. And you got some tools to work with, play around with. And Janet, anything else you'd like to share?
No, just quick, if you're a broker and you're going to Summit, we're going to have a quick meetup after Summit ends on Friday after sessions. So if anyone's hanging around, we're going to meet up in the hotel lobby. Check the Facebook page and the new chat group that's in the broker Facebook for that, so we can try to get more people helping each other out and working smarter, not harder.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. You guys have a great, successful day and week, and some blessings with your business. And we're wishing you all the success out there. Thanks for joining our quarterly tech talk, and I look forward to bringing you more value.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
Jeff.
good day.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.